I want to thank everyone for coming to the April 14th, I can't believe it's April 14th, Inspiring Author Conversations. I'm Kathy Davis with Davis Creative Publishing Partners, and today we'll be speaking with Vicki Atlas about meditating and journaling in your writing. Before we welcome Vicki real quick, I want to remind everyone of a few logistical details. The call is being recorded. You'll receive a link to the YouTube video within about 48 hours after the call. Your attendance at these meetings serves as your permission to be seen in the recordings. Please mute yourself on your end so as to eliminate any, background noise. And please find your chat button on your screen, usually down at the bottom. Type all your questions into the chat box. I'll be watching that and make sure that Vicki gets all those questions. Our theme for 2022 continues to be inspiring authors. Each month we welcome guests who are either an inspiring author or someone who helps to inspire authors. And Vicki happens to fulfill both of those definitions. She is a published author, and she does a fantastic job of inspiring her community of people that follow Vicki. Vicki is on a mission to help families stress less, feel better, and add more joy. She wants us all to discover our inner power and inner peace for stress relief, healing, and empowerment. She's the author of the Amazon national bestseller, Inner Power Now. The foreword of her book was written by New York Times bestselling author Jack Canfield, co-creator of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series. As a speaker, mindset, and meditation consultant, Vicki helps high-achieving women and families breathe for calm and find their safe place for love and healing with guided meditations and powerful mind-body tools. As a result, her clients and patients cope better and grow stronger together to lead richer lives. Welcome, Vicki.
Thank you, Kathy. There's one thing we need to add. You and Jack were my book coach, and you designed that beautiful cover that you can see in the background. And it was a hand-holding process through it all.
Don't let anybody fall off the cliff. We really don't. There's a few occasionally we like to push off, but no, we don't let that.
Yeah, you were so great. And do you remember the story when I told you, I said, you will not believe this, Kathy. I've been following you. I've been seeing you at the St. Louis Publishers Association, but did you know what just happened to me? I said, a week ago, I was at this conference with Jack Canfield, and I was telling him this book that I was writing. And I was like, we were on break, and I was telling him, I'm writing this book because I'm wanting to reach families in hospitals and schools at home who are suffering. And I'm certified in guided imagery. I teach meditation. And should I do it based on the workshops, or should I do it from my experiences? And I was asking these questions. Meanwhile, I didn't know that he was in the back of the room signing books. So when we get back from break, he gets on stage. He goes, who's that woman writing this book on guided imagery and meditation? And I I looked around, I was like, I am. He says, I want to include a few quotes from me in the book. And I was like, I nearly fell off my chair. I was like, oh my gosh, yes.
That's
so
awesome.
He not only included quotes, he wrote the foreword to my book.
Yeah.
And then I was in some sort of a group, and someone said, for social media, maybe Jack would write or would include something on a video. And I asked him, he said, yeah, I'm recording something. I'll put something in. I mean, those are little miracles.
Such a nice guy. Yeah.
When you're doing good in the world, miracles happen. They do. They really do. So know that with yourself. Sometimes we get in our own way, but the universe is out there trying to help us, push us along. So just know that.
We just have to go that way. Yeah.
Yes. Keep on going. And that's true with higher guidance. It's all around us.
Yeah.
And so that's why meditation, I think, is our helper that's here to guide us. So that brings us to the topic for today.
Yeah. So I know if I'm giving you co-host ability. So if you have slides and want to share them, I'm going to let you take over now, and I'll watch the chat box for us.
Okay. Well, I will be sharing something at the end because we're going to be doing a little guided imagery process. How much time do we have? So I know I have like 15 minutes to go is when I want to really start that guided.
So, we're going to we are We'll go till 12. If there's a lot of questions, we'll go to 12:15. It's entirely up to you.
Okay.
Manage your time, and I'll give you a nudge if we start looking like we're running out of time.
Okay. So this is so great. What I want to talk about is just the greatness that we can get through guided meditation. And that is, we have this beautiful brain that really wants to protect us. And if you read psychology, you'll find out that this little brain that we have, it's a beautiful brain. It does so many wonderful things, and it wants to keep us out of trouble. But this little brain kind of developed when we were 4 years old. So that's why you can sometimes hear it saying things like, that's kind of what my mother said, or that's what a teacher reminded me of. Sometimes it can be a little negative. And so when I think of meditation, what happens is it kind of gets us into our heart center. It gets us out of that brain into our heart, where some deeper guidance can come. And so that's why I think it's real important for us to quiet ourselves and to get into that deeper part. And some writers use this on a regular basis. And so it's good to keep up the practice, maybe 5 or 10 minutes a day. You do this. And if you all are aspiring writers, I highly recommend that you do this. Now, what happened was, after this thing with Jack Canfield, I promised myself that, my gosh, if this person believes in me, then I'm getting in my own way. So I promised myself every day for 15 to 20 minutes, I would write. So I thought, okay, I got to get myself in the mood to write. And so I had read this book, I think it's Stephen Pressfield, The War of Art. If you've not read that book, definitely read that book, because what happens is, when there's something you really, really, really want to do, resistance comes to meet you head on. So to overcome the resistance, you got to call in your creative muses to help you. So what I would do is I would light a candle. And later on, I realized this candle had frankincense and myrrh. And I think that's what those priests do in Catholic churches. It's frankincense and myrrh. I didn't know that at the time, but I was lighting that candle every day. I would smell that beautiful smell, and then I would start at my computer and I would just keep writing. You know, I had to organize, and I had all these guided imageries that I was working with families over the years. And so I was just trying to coordinate that and then do some stuff in between. I wanted to teach parents and those who work with children some of the background as to why meditation and guided imagery is so helpful, and some of the studies behind it. So I had that background. Then I wanted to reach the children. Of course, the children would be working with the families at the beginning, unless they're a little bit older, like teens. Yeah, maybe the first time they're with a parent, but afterwards they can kind of do this on their own. Okay, so that was the basis to kind of get the book going. You know, and then I was also knowing that when I was ready, Kathy Davis was there with, you know, the editor that she might have in mind, and all that stuff. So that took a while. Now, one thing I did that I highly recommend is, do not add sections after you have the editor. Somehow something was calling to me that I had to add these 3 chapters. And I had to go back to the editor, do it again. But oh well, that's life, right? So that's one thing. Also, what I learned along the way, and Kathy talks about this on her website, the book, unless you're Jack Canfield and you just keep calling all these people every day, he says, do 5 things every day to sell your book. 5 things, right? The rule of 5. If I can do the rule of 3, it's really good, but the rule of 5, you know, it's helpful to kind of, you know, make you known in what you're an expert in. It's not going to make you, you know, an overnight sensation and bring in you a lot of wealth, right, Kathy? You know what you say? That's what she says. So I'm preaching to the choir. However, if you really want to maybe make a big splash, try to build your brand. Try to do whatever you can in social media to get as many followers as you can. Because even though I thought, oh, my book is so great, you know, I have this beautiful little character called Lucy Llama. She's so cute. You know, she's a meditating llama. And if you see a llama, it means to open your heart. And I'm already running out of time. I can't believe it. But anyway, it means for you to open your heart and to dream bigger. And she's so cute. And by the way, a St. Louis artist, Catherine Moggle, is the illustrator for that. She's very talented, and Lucy Llama is so cute. But even with all that, they fell in love with the llama, but I didn't have a following. I went to Hay House, who I thought would be perfect for my book, but I didn't have a following. So, it was back to self-publishing, or it was after self-publishing I did that, which they didn't like anyway. So anyway, to make a long story short, then I decided to do an app. So I now have this breakthrough app for families. And it's really all of the beautiful scripted meditations in the book that are now available on an app called innerpeacetime.com. So at the end, I'm going to share a gift that you can get some of these sample meditations. That's going to be my gift to you for coming to this. And I also have coaching. And if you would like a breakthrough session to find out how meditation, guided imagery, some of these other things can help you elevate and unblock anything that may be stopping you from getting that book out, I'm there for you with that as well. So I'm going to be talking to you about that as well. So what questions do you have? Should I answer some of these and then we're going to do our process? I noticed there's something.
So I know some of the questions that people were, when I mentioned you were going to be on, was, I don't think I've ever meditated. What is it? How do I've tried, I can't get there. Can you simplify, give us a simple answer as to what is meditation? Is it really that difficult? And when someone says, I can't do it, how do you respond?
I love all of those questions because they are so what a lot of people think. So meditation is just, if you can just concentrate on some slow, deep breathing. And what we're going to do that together here. So once you start doing it, you're going to be meditating. I say start out small, start out for a couple of minutes, do some deep breathing. You're going to get a sense of what that is. You're still going to have that little mind. Minds like to think. It's not total stillness. Everyone thinks, oh, you got to be totally still, or you have to be in some pretzel position. Most of the time, I'm sitting in a chair meditating. I sometimes lie in bed, which they say don't to do because you're going to fall asleep, but I sometimes do that. Or I could be sitting on the floor with a pillow supporting my hips up, but we do a bunch of different ways in terms of meditating. And the thing is it all really centers on a focus. What you're doing is you're focusing on something, whether it's a lit candle or it could be an LED candle that you're focusing on. It's a soft focus so that you can let go of the outside world. What you're trying to do is let go of the outside world so you can enter into the inside world. And a lot of you may be thinking, God, I don't want to know what the inside world is, because that's where all the noise is as well. So pretty soon you're going to let go of that and you're going to go deeper and deeper. It's like the pebble going into the water. You'll hear some meditation teachers talk about the pebble of the deepness of the water. And pretty soon you're just going to feel that deepness where we are all connected, where we are all one. And so it's something that does take a little bit of practice, but the more you do it, the better you'll get. One of my favorite meditations is breathe in peace, breathe out free, breathe in peace, breathe out free. And if a little thought comes up, go back to that mantra, peace, go back to the word free. Sometimes there's these Sanskrit type of phrases so that you don't have an English word, you have something else you could think of, like Om. That's so that your mind is not thinking of a word, but thinking of a sound. Sound is very healing. Even just humming can be very healing. That's why a lot of chanting happens with meditation, is because slows us down. 3 deep belly breaths, which is what we're going to be doing, can help us get into a very relaxed state. What happens is when we take 3 deep belly breaths, we turn on this thing called the vagus nerve, and that sets the body. This vagus nerve is connected to every organ, and it tells the body you're in a relaxed, restful state. You're not in that state, fear, flight, or freeze, which says, oh, I'm being chased by a tiger. You're in a relaxed state. So just 3 deep belly breaths can help us get into that relaxed state.
So
by the way, there's a book out there that's called If You Are Meditating, You Are Doing It Right. So all those who say, I don't know if I'm doing it right, if you're meditating, you're doing it right. So just know that. Okay.
So I had someone tell me that, and this was an author who said, they felt they were in writer's block, and they found their solution was to get up and go take a walk. Don't walk with a friend. Don't walk with your dog. Just get up and take a walk. Just walk by yourself and go for a walk. And that it cleared her mind enough to where she could then walk back home and go, okay, now I know what I want to write about.
That is so great, because why? You're in nature. Nature is so beautiful, so connected. You're letting go, take a shower, do some, dance, get your mind out of whatever, that thinking brain. It always helps to do that. I did that many times with writer's block.
So that counts too.
Yes, yes. And if you're in that state of, you're not in a real great state, creative state, just know there'll be better days. When you're in that, you're not going to be real creative that day. Just know that. No, there's going to be another day where I am. So just so that you know all that, that is really so helpful.
It's okay to take the pressure off of yourself that if you can't write today, you can write tomorrow.
Yes, 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 absolutely. And just be grateful for whatever comes. Gratitude brings grace. Be grateful, be thankful, say that. Even if you don't believe it that right now, put your hands on your heart. That'll bring you into that state of gratitude. That is where all things come alive.
And I love that you said start small. So you could, what is it? Yay, Joanne, gratitude. There you go.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Yeah. Yay, gratitude. All right. So are we ready to do our little thing? And then I want to share with you my beautiful gifts for you all coming today to learn about meditation and writing. So, and
I was going to tell people that, if they want to take their video off during this, that's fine, but come back with us after the meditation and we'll talk about the freebies that you have.
Oh, that would be great. So wonderful. Okay. So I am going to play this music and you're going to hear a mindfulness bell. Now, why mindfulness bell? Well, these ancient monks from long ago realized the mindfulness bell brings you to the present moment. And guess what? When you're in the present moment, you're not worrying about the future or regurgitating on the past. You're in the present moment. So you're going to hear a mindfulness bell, and then you're going to hear this beautiful music by Christopher Lloyd Clark. I use a lot of his meditation music. Okay, so here we go. And everyone just close your eyes, get comfortable, wiggle around if you have to get, in a space. And it always helps if you close your eyes, because you're closing out the outer world and you're going into the inner world. So here we go. All right. Thank you all. So this is not going to count for the 3 minutes that we are going to have to do our little meditation. This is all the warm up. But I'm going to teach you one of my favorite breaths that I've been doing lately, that I'm calling the universal breath. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in all the light and love of the universe into our bodies, into every cell and every skin and every body organ. And we're going to bring it into our lower abdomen, right behind our belly button. Then we're going to bring it out, any energy that needs to be released out into the sky, into the earth, into the universe. Okay, so let's now breathe out. And now let's breathe in this beautiful universal love and light into every cell, into every organ, every body part, deep into your belly, behind your belly button. And now breathe out. Any energy that needs to be released, let it go out to the big blue sky, into the universe, to be transmuted. One more time, breathing in beautiful love and light. Feel it going to every cell, every skin, every body part, into your abdomen behind your belly button. And breathing out from your lower belly, out, out, out into the universe. And one more time, breathing in deeply into your belly. This beautiful, loving light from the universe, God, nature, higher power. And now breathing out any energy that no longer serves. Beautiful. And now I want you to ask this question, and then I will be quiet and I will time you for 3 minutes. You're going to ask your higher guidance, possibly angels, the divine, God. What do I need to know right now? Now, what I want you to do is to gently open your eyes. And if you have anything nearby that you can write down, whether it's your computer, your phone, piece of paper and pen, journaling is really very effective with a pen or crayons, paper. Write down the messages you got when you said, "What do I need to know right now?" Write down what you heard. And then if any of you would like to share what you heard in the chat, that would be so great for us to see what you all got.
About midway through, I thought, oh, did I turn my mic off? Occasionally, I will get a dog barking. And I thought, oh, mail lady, please don't come on my porch right now.
So that was the message you got?
Yeah.
I got, "You are loved. This is going well." So that was fun to hear. Did anyone else want to add in the chat what they received? I would love to see.
Or just unmute yourself and
Meet
raise your
yourself and
hand.
tell us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah.
I had a real interesting experience when you said, told us what do we need to know. I repeated it in my mind, and right at that time, this huge gust of wind came and my window rattled, and my first thought was, I am listening. It was just, the timing was really serendipitous. It was pretty cool.
Okay, someone's trying to get through to you with that. Yeah, I say that.
That one gave me goosebumps. Yeah.
Yeah, that did give me goosebumps, Patty. Very, very cool. I love that. Anyone else want to share? You got to unmute to share.
Mine isn't that profound, but at a family gathering the other day, I took a picture with my nephew's daughter, who's my great niece. It's a beautiful picture, and we look so much alike. And the thought came to my mind that I need to know her name. I don't know her name.
That's sweet. Okay, so you're supposed to get in touch with her. Very good. See? Yeah, that may be coming from something higher. You are supposed to connect. Beautiful.
So let's see. Joan mentioned the message I got was, I have enough time to write and put together my PowerPoint for my May 12th presentation. I've been fretting over this for a few weeks. I know that feeling, Joan. Yeah.
Very good. See, the higher guidance is saying, relax, you got this. And we got this with you, right? Have you ever noticed we get these downloads and we're like, thank you, but we don't know really where it came from, but we always should say thank you. So that's another thing, is at the end of all this, any message you got, even the wind blowing, say thank you, thank you, thank you, because gratitude brings more grace. I have known that to be a fact. And in fact, I love these little tea things. You guys ever get these yogi teas? I love the yogi teas. I got this one in my tea today. Without gratitude, there is no prosperity. That's a message for all of you. That's
Exactly.
so that we see abundance when we're grateful, right? That
was awesome. Yeah.
With all that.
And
Yes.
so start by doing our own little meditation, whatever that is, whether it's walking in nature. I know sometimes if I like to paint walls, I know that sounds crazy to some people, but that becomes my meditation, and that I'm alone, it's quiet, nothing's on, and I start painting. I haven't done that in a long time, so I'm being called to do that.
Yes. And sometimes daydreaming can be a form of meditation. You're looking out at the sea. We were just in the home in Tampa. Love the ocean. That's so meditative, right? That daydreaming is a form of that. Sometimes when we come up out of a dream, instead of thinking of all your to-do list, just be thankful for a good night's rest, or the blankets, or the mat, whatever. Start with gratitude, right? We all know that, but it's another thing to do it versus oh my gosh, I got this to do and this to do, and start off your day in a better way.
Yeah.
It's
And
so great.
my
And I
friend,
forgot to mention this before you go into the deep breathing that gets you there. Say thank you. Thank you to any guidance that may be coming before I do this. Come with gratitude first, then do the little short breathing to meditate, to get in that meditative state, get whatever messages you get, thank them, thank gratitude again at the end. Okay, sandwich it with a bunch of thank yous and
great,
gratitude.
great. Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to mention that. Okay.
And I was just going to mention
Yay.
one of our other, no, I'm not on mute. One of our other authors, Jill Farmer, talks about tiny turtle steps that, rather than worrying about completing the whole presentation, just think about the first thing you're going to say, complete that page, and then walk away and tomorrow and do the next page. And
Yes.
the little
Yes.
turtle steps will eventually get you there.
Right. And always think what's important to someone who's listening or watching this. I mean, that's always a good place to come. What's in it for me? What's important? Because you may think that what I could talk to you all about the ins and ends about meditation, but people don't really know that. They just say, how can I do it?
Mhm.
Yeah, help me do it. Yeah.
So if you had some overall big picture words of wisdom to share that you want to make sure that we all hear before you tell us more about your freebie gift, what would those words of wisdom be?
I would say if you have some questions about meditation, I think the reason I created Inner Peace Time is because I had trouble meditating, and I found that guided meditation was very helpful for me as I was starting out. And then I got the hang of it, knew what that state was, and could replicate it in my own life. So
and you have guided meditation CDs also.
Well, I don't really have that anymore because I have the app. So I have
the app. That's right. Yeah.
innerpeacetime.com. And so what's so great about that is if you join, your whole family can be part of that membership. So that's what I'm all about with families. So, but yeah, so that's a good way to begin. I begin with breathing, which is really the start of it all. So that's what I would say. And just be easy with yourself. Start slow. Start, like I said, a couple of minutes, gradually build, and do it daily if you can. Do it as often as you can. That's going to get a rhythm. That's when I felt the results. I, at one point, was stressed out. I really had trouble sleeping, maybe 2-3 hours a night. This was probably 15 years ago. And I was like, something has to change. But when I did it every day, and it was maybe just a couple minutes, because I did it, it was really about 2 weeks later, I noticed a difference. And that's what I see in my clients. They start to see a difference. After a couple of weeks, they're starting to sleep through the night. The traffic, some people will have, road rage. It lessens after that time. It's just little things don't bother you as much. So that's the great benefits of meditation, not to mention all the physical things that can greatly be enhanced and so much more.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about your freebie.
Okay, so I'm going to have to share the screen. So let's see, how do I get to my share and get to the power on me? Here we go. Bear with me, play from the start. Ta-da, yay, you can now see it. Let me get this smaller. Can I get this smaller? Okay, I see you, Kathy. All right, so can I get you off? Okay, anyway, this is my, you can go to learn more about the book at innerpowermindset.com. And I also offer a free strategic breakthrough session that's called Inner Power Breakthrough Session. And so this is where you can find out what may be blocking you from moving forward, and the one thing you can do to move forward in your life. So that's something that you can learn more about at innerpowermindset.com or innerpowermindset.com breakthrough. And you can also go to innerpeacetime.com, learn more about the app, which is just made for you and families. And I also have a freebie to get to know a little bit more about these tools. I have a Discover Your Safe Place meditation. So what you do is you go to bit.ly.com. I forgot the .com there. So put bit.ly.com/getinnerpeace. So bit.ly.com/get-inner-peace. And that will give you the safe place meditation, which everyone needs a safe place. I found that the children that I worked with at a pediatric hospital, I'm a consultant there, and they like going to their safe place. It was something that would be helpful if they were going through a big test, and if they could go to their safe place, they felt better. And I think we can all have a safe place. That's where you can bring in a higher guidance to talk to you. And so this will be a great thing. And you get to go on a magic carpet ride. So that'll be really fun. So again, I didn't put the link right. It's bit.ly.com/get-inner-peace. Okay, stop share. Back to all of us.
And Vicki, if you want to get all those updated links to us, to Julie, she'll make sure we get that included in a follow-up email. So we'll have the actual link there with the .com in the right spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to be human today. Yes.
I am human, as you know, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, it's been fun. You're always such a joy. You always bring out the smiles in everybody. So it's great to have you today and be a part of our aspiring author series. If anybody has any last minute questions, I want to check that real quick. There you go. And we'll also include, Vicki, whatever contact information you want. We'll make sure Julie includes that in the email also that goes out. And it'll also include the link to the recording for today. And thank you everyone for joining us. Vicki, thank you so much for bringing a smile to all of our days and a little piece along the way.
A little piece. Yeah. How did you feel after doing that? That was only 3 minutes. How do you guys feel after that? Feel a lot better to continue your day? 3 minutes? Do you have 3 minutes for yourself? I think we all do.
That'll be my new commitment to myself. Yes.
That's a commitment to yourself. 3 minutes. And you know what? It'll be recording so you can go back to it.
Awesome.
Right?
Yes. So the recording will go out. Here within the next 48 hours, which may mean Monday, but that's okay. It'll either be Friday or Monday. And any questions, feel free to reach out to Vicki. Her info will be in that. Love you guys. Thanks for being here. In a couple weeks, on the fourth Thursday, we're interviewing Jennifer Bardot and talking to her about the marketing that she's been doing on her specific book. She's had some great results with that. So we'll see you in a couple weeks. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vicki.
Bye, all.
Bye.
Hi, Kathy.
Hi,
Bye, Kathy.
Oh,
Bye.
I miss you. Good to see you. Bye.